I have wasted a lot of time overcomplicating my photography workflow by over-engineering, overthinking, and just overdoing it when I didn't actually have to. That was until I switched to Fujifilm cameras. But to be clear, I am not a professional. I am just a hobbyist. I love going out and taking pictures. I'm a father of three, so I do take a lot of pictures, but I don't do it professionally. So before you come at me in the comments, hear me out. Now, prior to using Fujifilm, I was using Sony, I was using Nikon, I was using Panasonic, and on all of those cameras, I didn't really rely on the JPEG straight out of camera. I typically shot RAW, and I would then bring those into my computer, I would load them into Lightroom, I would sort through, find the keepers, rate them, thumbs up, thumbs down, all of those things, find the right presets, and ultimately, it was just overdoing it way too much. I was prioritizing all of my time on the actual editing process and really relying on the editing process to give me a good result instead of just getting it in the camera and being happy with it. So by switching over to Fujifilm, a few things happened. So the first is my workflow has simplified significantly. So instead of all of those steps, transferring to the computer, uploading to Lightroom, all of that stuff, all I have to do now is take my pictures on my camera, transfer them to my phone, and upload them to wherever I want to upload them. This has removed a lot of the reliance of Lightroom to do the heavy lifting. Now instead, I rely on my camera to do the heavy lifting. The second benefit is I'm taking fewer photos. Instead of taking a ton of photos and relying on Lightroom to find a keeper, edit it in a way that makes the photo more appealing, all of that stuff, I'm using JPEG straight out of camera. I'm using film simulations and film recipes to get the look that I want, and it's resulting in me not filling up my card with a ton of photos, and instead, when I get the photo I'm looking for, I move on. And the third benefit to this is I'm actually enjoying photography again. For a while, it was just starting to feel a little bit too mundane, a little bit too clinical, but now with Fujifilm's cameras, with their film simulations, with the ability to add film simulation recipes, all of that has made it really fun. And I know I've kind of shifted the editing process earlier into the camera, but I think now that I have some settings that I actually really like, I'm not tinkering as much as I used to. But I'd also like to say, if you're a parent or a hobbyist, chances are your camera phone can do most of what you're looking for. That's totally fine. But if you are looking to level up and you're looking for that next camera that's going to inspire you as a photographer without overcomplicating things, definitely look into Fujifilm cameras. Now, when it comes to which Fujifilm camera you should buy, there are a lot of options out there. They all have their pros and cons. I'm personally waiting for my third Fujifilm camera in the mail. The first two have been great, but I have found some nuances that haven't necessarily been the perfect fit for me personally. That may not be your case, but for me personally, the first two haven't exactly been what I've needed. I think this next one will be. So if you're curious to learn more about that, there will be another video coming out. So be sure to like and subscribe to find out which Fujifilm cameras I have personally used and sold, and which one I am getting into very, very soon. Thanks for watching.